Whatever the occasion, effortless elegance is right this way. Because Hilton brings you new ways to stay courtesy of the Nomad London. And it doesn't stop at award-winning dining in a space draped in velvet and illuminated by vintage chandeliers. No, this day goes beyond with unparalleled personalized service and attentive hospitality. Oh, and did we mention the Nomad London can be booked using your Hilton Honors points at Hilton.com? Hilton, for the stay.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
From the Fifth Quarter Studios in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to Coach Unplugged. And now, your host, Steve Collins.
Hey everybody, welcome to Coach Unplugged episode. I have no idea, but before we get going, I'd like to big a shout out to our two sponsors. First of all, Dr. Dish, the #1 shooting machine on the market. Go over, mention Coach Unplugged, they'll give you $450 off and they'll take really good care of you. Before I forget too, if you like this podcast, go over and check out some of our other ones like High School Hoops, Coaching Youth Hoops, 5-Minute Basketball Coaching Podcast. If you're looking for that one defense that will work against anybody, the Funnel Down Defense Podcast, the Rule of 3 offense that will work at any level, go over and check those out. Leave a 5-star review. We would like those. But also go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. It's the one-stop shop for basketball coaches. It's resources, it's everything. It's what I would have wanted as a 27-year-old basketball coach. It's a roadmap to success on and off the court. And we offer a 14-day free trial because I'm a coach. I understand how it goes. Go over and check it out. Kick the tires around, see if it's for you. And if it's not, we'll part our ways and we'll say thank you and move on. But I guarantee you're going to love all the material. And the material we're always putting in teachhoops.com. But anyway, have a great day, everybody. And let's head off the podcast. No, we can do this. Yeah. No, we can do this. We can do this. We're laughing. Coach and I are laughing because we're going to talk about officials. All right. So arguing and communicating with officials. This was Coach's topic. I'm going to let you take it first. What's
all right. So for me, I've put together, I've got a rule for my parents. And it's not a beloved rule by my parents, but I've got a rule for my parents, and that it's you cannot yell at officials if you're a parent in the stands. And if like you yelling at officials will affect your son's playing time. Like if I hear it,
how do you know?
Well, I mean, I've got an assistant who's kind of my athletic director. I've told my athletic director about it, so he watches a lot for me and will kind of let me know. And so like might not affect your son's playing time in this game, but it might in the next one. Because he kind of gives me a report every day. So I've made a rule: you're not allowed to yell at officials. For me, like, let's be honest, officials are supposed to be impartial, right? Has an official ever really been impartial?
No, they're all bad. So they're all bad. So the only way I make it through the world is I just assume they're all bad. And then if I get average, they're
great.
Bad. Their accountants during the day. That's what I tell my players. I said, these guys aren't making $150K to come do your high school game.
No.
They were working from 9 to 5. And then they came.
They're maybe making $150 to come to your high school game.
Oh, they're not making that.
Yeah. And so for me, like, I've got a rule for my parents. You're not allowed to yell at officials. And it's kind of one of those things that I heed to as well. I like very, very rarely. I'll do it. Like if I get really heated, I'll do it, but it's very rare that you'll see me holler at an official. Because for me, like with the rotation, they'll eventually come around and they'll be standing in front of you on the sideline, and you can just have a conversation with them then for number one, or you can call them over when they make a play.
100% agree. If they would talk, if they would all communicate, yes, I would agree with that. A lot of them are standoffish and won't and that falls on them, to be honest with you.
I agree. Like,
and if you're going to talk to me, and then, so I'll give you an example. Didn't talk to the officials the whole game, didn't get a warning. I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 me working the officials, 0 being me not saying anything the whole game, I was at like a 1. Okay, the whole game. Third overtime, we're up 6 with 48 seconds to go or 50 seconds to go. And I walk down the other side and say, gosh, the other team's only committed 4 fouls. And the official 84 feet away walks down and tees me. Swear to God.
That's frustrating. That's frustrating.
35 years, I've never been so surprised at a technical. We ended up losing in triple overtime. It was the first overtime and the second one. And it's like, first of all, if I want to get a T, I'll get a T because I know how to get a T.
Oh, I'll get one. Yeah.
I'll get one if I need to get one. But I wasn't trying to get one. We're up. And it's like, I was just making a point that you guys haven't blown the whistle all game, and now you're going to blow the whistle on this with 48 seconds to go.
Yeah.
So it's like that, and you hadn't talked to me the whole game. That's the problem too. You don't talk to me. Why aren't you talking? Come over and tell.
Yeah.
Literally come over and say, Steve, shut up.
Yeah.
And I don't say a word the rest of the game.
So in Michigan, they actually do. I don't know how they do it where you guys are at, but in Michigan, they do a really good job in our pregame meeting. They say we will only answer questions. We will never answer a statement. So I've gotten really like they at least preface that we will answer your questions. We will never answer a statement. So if you say, "Hey, you guys suck," they're not going to respond to you in Michigan. But if you
love that, they should say that. Yes.
So they at least tell you we'll answer.
Well, but I have officials that won't respond to the question.
Yeah. But like, I've just gotten really good that every complaint I have, I form as a question. And so it's like,
why are we not getting the hand checking call?
Yeah. Why are we not getting, because you told me you would answer my question. Like, so instead of saying that's a hand check every time, like, hey, why are you not calling a hand check there? Or, hey, can you please watch out for a hand check, please?
Okay. You've just made me a better coach. I'm going to do that all season next year.
So that's my thing.
I'm going to form everything as a question. I love that. I'm going to write that. I'm writing that down.
Even for your situation of, man, they've only been called for 4 fouls all day. Like, I would have walked up to an official and said, hey, I'm not saying we're not fouling, but can you explain to me how they only have 4 fouls today?
Yeah. Like, the thing is, I had my back to him and I was walking down to the trainer at the end of my bench. Like, I wasn't even like, now I have a very loud voice. I get that.
It's very distinct.
And it's very distinct. Yeah. And anyway, but it was like literally one of the worst calls I've seen in 35 years. Like, because it came out of nowhere. Trust me, I will not argue if you give me a T and I yell at you or I deserve it. I just, okay. And I'll just shut up and I'll sit down. And usually I deserve it.
Sitting down after getting a technical is like the worst thing of all time.
It's like horrible. It's like being put in a timeout. It's horrible.
It's the best punishment of all time.
It is the best punishment for officials. And the problem is they should use a warning now. Unlike giving a kid a timeout, usually give them the warning before you put him in the corner. You should give a warning before. And then but that's gonna be my New Year's resolution for all the people listening to High School Hoops right now. I am going to try to do a better job of forming every question. If anybody's in Wisconsin, just wrote a note, put it on my whiteboard. I'm gonna write everything as a form as a question. I love that.
Yep. So they at least give us that ahead of time. So that's what I've just, all right, everything I say to you is going to be a question. So you have to talk to me because that's what you told me. Because then, like you said, if they don't answer your questions, right? Like, sometimes they don't answer your question. And they told us before the game, you'll answer every question we have. And so then I get even more frustrated if they don't answer. I ask them another question. Why are you not answering my questions? You told me you would.
Right. And they won't. Some of them won't. Some of them are just like, why are you officiating? It's like, people are going to talk to you.
Yeah, for real.
Like, it's like, I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense. It's like, if you don't want to get up in front of people and talk all day, don't become a teacher. Yeah. If you don't want people to disagree with you or talk to you, then don't become an official. It's okay. Yeah. Because there's people that will do it and will know what's going to happen. And it's like, it just drives me bonkers. I just don't understand. But why the question? Why did you come up with this question? Do you see a lot of it in your state?
I see. I mean, the amount of, I don't know, like for me, I see, especially in our state, I see a lot of like hot head coaches, and we talked about, in a couple other episodes before, how I broadcast the state finals on the statewide radio network for our state association. I broadcast the state finals, and so the amount of coaches that I see that are just hollering at officials, even like in state championship games, it's the biggest game of the year,
and they ain't gonna get teed in that game.
And you're not going to get teed in that game. So you can really harp on them, but it's also like, I've just kind of formulated, like, first off, they're not going to change their mind. Like, they've already made their call.
Right.
So and then yelling at them.
And to be honest with you, the state tournament games are great. I wish every game was televised because their friends and their official friends are watching.
100%. So they're at their best.
They're trying their hardest. They're not trying their hardest on a Tuesday in January. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I have spent the last 9 months getting ready for this game, and you walk in and get dressed and again, I'm just saying that's the difference is like when that thing's on TV and everybody's watching it, it's a foul. They're going to call the foul because they know the TV camera right under the basket's going to get it, and they're going to look 100%. Foolish if they keep not calling it.
Yeah. So for me, it's arguing isn't going to change their mind, and it's only going to make them probably, like I said, they're supposed to stay impartial, but the more and more that I yell at an official, the more and more they're probably not going to call stuff my way. It's kind of my thought process behind it. And so
they're humans. I get it. I get it.
Like, I'm going to yell. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to, but I actually had one of our opponent, one of the coaches I coached against this year, official said, hey, we'll answer your questions, not your statements, and try to keep like your questions or like criticism to a minimum. And coach looked at the official and said, then you guys have to have a win-loss record at the end of the year. And he was like, because if I have to answer to my wins and losses, and you can directly impact those.
Right. And that's what they don't understand.
Yeah.
They also don't understand that we spend literally, I saw half of my team today, probably more than half of my team today. And we're off season because they come in my room or they came in the morning for shoot around or whatever they did, I'd open gym. So it's like, you don't understand how these are my kids.
Yeah.
I'm not rational sometimes. You're just walking in. You're the doctor or you're the, whatever. You're the mechanic or something. You're just trying to do a job and then get out.
Right.
I'm here all the time. I'm the one.
I've got to be able to answer to these guys tomorrow.
Yeah. I got to answer the parents. I got to answer the kids. I got to answer all of them. And the coach was right.
Yeah. He was absolutely right. But it was the first time I'd ever heard something like that. And it just made me laugh.
Yeah.
Because I was like, you're right. But also screaming isn't probably going to do you any good.
No, it's not going to do you any good. All right. Anything else, Coach?
That's it.
All right. Perfect. Hey, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that. If you want to hear more of these, go over and join teachhoops.com. 14-day free trial allows us to do this, and then subscribe, jump up and down, do whatever you got to do. Tell us what you want to hear in the future. Steve at teachhoops.com. All right. Have a great day.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
Memorial Day doorbuster deals are here at Lowe's. Right now, Rewards members save $80 on the Master Forge 4-burner gas grill, now just $149. Plus, Rewards members save $900 on the Lowe's exclusive Hisense French door refrigerator, now only $999. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 5/26. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at Lowe's.com/terms. Subject to change.